Hey there, it's your old buddy Dan back from Beach Church with another message. First of all, I want to thank all the good people at Beach Church for allowing us to stand on this platform and deliver these words, especially Pastor Jimmy, who does such a great job of leading that body. We just thank all of you for doing all that you do to make all of this work possible. So today we're studying Isaiah chapters 64 through 66, and the chapters here start out with an appeal essentially from Isaiah for a word of knowledge, a word of insight, a favor from the Lord, and why shouldn't he appeal for some knowledge or an insight? Because in Hosea we're told, the Lord says, "My people perish for a lack of knowledge," and so that the Lord blesses Isaiah with this knowledge that Isaiah gains from this appeal is a real blessing. So, and in that response to this appeal, the Lord basically separates those people who do not follow him and those people from those people who do follow him. And of those people who do not follow him, the Lord says, "I will measure into their laps the full payment for their former deeds." Now, I don't know about you, but I would not want to be punished for my former deeds. I got enough problems with the deeds ahead of me. But of the people who come to the Lord and who respond to him and take up their cross and follow him, he says, "As when juice is still found in a cluster of grapes, and people say, 'Don't destroy it, there is still a blessing in it,' so will I do on behalf of my servants. I will not destroy them all." Now, this is interesting because we are given a lot of insight here, and part of that insight that the Lord delivers to Isaiah in the coming chapters is that the Lord sort of describes us as his family. We sort of, as we read between the lines, we understand that we're not here for trivial reasons or for no reason at all. We're here not just to serve the Lord, but to be his family. When the Lord gave this world and put it under the dominion of man, he established a partnership with us that we might understand our place in partnering with God to bring about a future that is good for all. And I think it's important for us to understand that part of our work, as it says in Corinthians, Paul writes, "Do you not know the Lord's people will judge the world? And if you are to judge the world, are you not competent to judge trivial cases? Do you not know that we will judge angels? How much more the things in this life?" Immediately, we, from these verses, can understand just how important it is that we understand the Lord's perspective, that we might carry out the will of the Lord in our partnership with him, that it might go well for us. In Matthew, Jesus gives us a parable, and the parable is well known to many people. It's about separating the wheat from the chaff. And I don't know about you, but in the workplace and in other places, I've had to separate the wheat from the chaff in terms of the people who I can understand and listen to and follow, and those people who I follow only in superficial ways. And I think that when Jesus gets down to it, he says, "His winnowing fork is in his hand, and he will clear his threshing floor, gathering his wheat into the barn, and burning up the chaff with the unquenchable fire." I think as Christians, we need to seek to be that wheat that is gathered into the barn, and let the chaff that is burned with the unquenchable fire go to those people who refuse to follow the Lord. And I think that not only do we have this going on in our future life in eternity with the Lord and in the decision that gets made about our own lives. But even in this life, Jesus warns us later on in Matthew. He says, "Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By their fruits you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus by their fruit you will recognize them." And here I think we get our orders from Jesus himself, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, that we are to recognize them by their fruits and act accordingly. And where is that fruit defined? Well, partially right here in Isaiah 64 through 66. Well, that's really all I had. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. I love delivering these messages. I wish you the